Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a really important topic for so many couples, the sperm analysis. We're going to break down exactly what those reports mean in a super clear and simple way. So, let's get right into it.
So, have you ever actually wondered what the experts are really looking for in that sample? It can all seem a little mysterious, right? But trust me, by the end of this, you'll totally get the key things they look for and exactly why each one is so important.
All right, first things first. It's so important to remember that fertility is a shared journey, a team sport, really. And the semen analysis, it's pretty much the first big step in understanding the male side of that equation. And the great news is, it's actually a really simple test. It's just a lab test that takes a close look at the health and, the potential of the sperm. Think of it like a basic quality check to see what's going on.
Okay, so a full report can look kind of overwhelming with all the numbers and terms, but honestly, it really just boils down to three main things that specialists are looking at: how many sperm there are, how well they move, and what shape they're in. Let's break each of those down. So first up, we've got sperm concentration, which you probably know as sperm count. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just measuring how many sperm are packed into each milliliter of semen.
So, what's a good number to see? Well, according to the World Health Organization, the general benchmark for a normal count is 15 million sperm per milliliter, or more.
And why does this number matter so much? Honestly, it's a numbers game. The journey to the egg is, well, it's an epic one, and a lot of sperm just don't make it. So it makes sense, right? The more you start with, the better the odds that one will make it all the way. Okay, next up is motility. This is all about movement. See, it's not enough to just have a ton of sperm. They also need to be good swimmers, moving forward with a purpose. You can totally think of it like a swimming race to the finish line. For this one, the guideline from the WHO is that at least 40% of the sperm should be motile. That means they're showing that strong, progressive forward movement we're looking for. And that's the key, right? That forward motion is what gives them the power to make that incredible journey through the female reproductive tract. Without good motility, even a really high sperm count might not be enough to get the job done. And that brings us to our third and final key metric, morphology. This is all about the shape and the structure of the sperm. A normal, healthy sperm has a nice, smooth, oval-shaped head and a long tail, kind of like the perfect aerodynamic design for its mission. Now, this number is going to sound a little wild, but the standards for morphology are super, super strict. So having just 4% or more of sperm with a normal shape is actually considered within the healthy range. Yeah, just 4%. And that shape is just so critical because that perfect little oval head and that strong tail, that's exactly what a sperm needs to successfully penetrate the outer layer of the egg and, well, complete fertilization. Okay, so you've got the big three down. Now let's quickly decode some of those complicated-sounding medical terms you might see on a report. Don't worry, I promise they're way simpler than they sound. These big, scary words, they're really just labels. Oligospermia, that's just a low count. Asthenospermia, poor movement. And teratospermia, that's about the shape. Azospermia means no sperm were found at all. But the one you're really hoping to see is normozoospermia, which is the big thumbs up that everything looks great. See? Not so scary after all. Now, what if the results aren't exactly what you were hoping for? The most important thing to hear right now is that there is so much hope. Let's chat about what can affect sperm health and the incredible modern solutions that are out there today. So many things can play a part here, everything from lifestyle choices like diet and smoking to things in your environment, medical conditions, and even stress. And the great thing is, a lot of these are things you can actually work on and improve. But here's the absolute key takeaway from all of this. Even when there are challenges, and even when they seem big, modern medicine has some truly incredible advanced solutions. A tough diagnosis is absolutely not the end of the story. This just shows that there's often a clear path forward. For instance, even with a diagnosis like azoospermia, where no sperm are found, there are procedures to retrieve sperm right from the source. And from there, an amazing technique called ICSI allows a specialist to pick out a single healthy sperm and carefully help it fertilize the egg. The point is, there are powerful options available. So just understanding what all these numbers and terms mean is the first huge, empowering step. It turns a confusing piece of paper into a clear roadmap.
It's a snapshot in time, not a final destination. And just before we wrap up, please remember that this whole discussion is for educational purposes only. It's definitely not a substitute for professional medical advice. For more information on the complete IVF process, you can find a ton of great info at ivfforme.com. Thanks so much for joining us.